we begin
with the most
the
important
topic of the
issue.
day, the week, the hour,
The month.
the country. Tomorrow night.
Raptors ready to slap up the Warriors. That's how I'm introducing it.
I'm not going in saying slaps, but you know what? It's gonna be an interesting one.
Especially the first two games.
You want to give let's just start off with the keys to the series for Raptors. We know what the Warriors are. Everybody knows what they're all about.
Exactly.
All right? They're the heavy favorites. Vegas has got them as a negative 320 odds favorite.
Defending champs.
Two-time defending
Two-time
champ,
champs, exactly.
5-time finalist. So,
it's expected.
do you have an X factor?
My X factor
for the Raptors
is if Kevin Durant does not play. I feel like Raptors are set to take the series
Interesting.
in 7. With KD, I don't feel like there's a team you can really build to beat that team because it's too much. You know, you can't have two MVPs playing in the same court, especially two guys that look outstanding.
Two top 4, top 3 players. You're saying,
and two guys who looked amazing this postseason. So it's not like they've slowed down at all. But without KD, there's 3 ways I feel like Raptors are taking this.
All
Defense.
right. Yep.
Supporting cast.
Yep.
And the most crucial point, we got home court advantage.
It's crucial for the Raptors. I don't think Warriors give one damn.
Warriors don't care about anything. Let's get at that. Nothing's going to really make them think they're going to lose the series.
Yep.
But for Raptors, guys like Marc Gasol, Kyle Lowry have had their best games in Toronto. Marc Gasol shoots 63% from the field goal range. At home,
Congrats. He's
when
going,
he's on the
3 of 7. Woo!
once he's on the road, he's at 38%. That's almost double
No,
him
what'd
at
you say?
home.
65?
64 to 38. So almost.
64. So he's going 5 of 8 as opposed to 3 of 8. Literally.
Hey,
Your X
bangs those
factor
threes
is a
home.
guy who goes 5 for 8 or 3 for 8. Great.
okay. Another factor.
I'll let you continue.
In closeout games, Raptors have been 3-0 so far this postseason.
Yep.
At home. And Van Fleet, since he's had his kid, I don't think this guy's going to miss a 3-pointer. To be honest.
The first game went 7 of 9, so he missed a couple.
7 of 9, he missed 2. The fact that he hit 7 of 9 is insane.
Okay. Keep him coming. Keep him coming.
Okay. So.
Unless you're out, if that's all you got.
No, that's not all I got. Raptors have been the second best team in this postseason at slowing the pace down of the game.
They have. They've done a tremendous job.
And again,
against teams who like to get in transition, which Warriors do.
the one team that I've seen beat the Warriors in the finals were the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep.
And you want to know how many of those 4 games that they won, how many of those games that they held Golden State under 100?
How many?
3. And
Nice.
the one game that they didn't, Golden State only scored 101 points. So again, clearly that was drawn out as being the deciding factor of how to beat them.
That's an easier comparison now and a more fair if KD's out for an extended period of time.
But this is all.
Right?
This
Now
is what I'm
you're
talking
comparing
about. KD
similar
being
team,
out
right?
of this.
It's just
postseason.
Harrison Barnes is not there, but
Similar team.
Yeah.
Iguodala is a lot older, not nearly as good as he was.
in your opinion,
You think he's just as good?
I don't know about just
You
as
think
good,
he
but
could put up a Finals MVP performance again?
not an NBA Finals MVP, but he can come and contribute. And the thing is with Iguodala, when he knocks down his threes, the Warriors become lethal.
Okay.
It makes a world of a difference. But you got anything else left for me?
With KD out, this leaves so much room for Kawhi Leonard to start stepping up and playing defense on guys that are getting way too hot, such as Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Yep.
Because with KD on the court, you're going to have to hope that Lowry can hold his spot and Danny Green can slow down Klay Thompson. And again, how those two have looked, inconsistent, that's not something you want to bet on. Again, defense, supporting cast with guys like Van Fleet stepping up for us, Norman Powell, Serge Ibaka, and what was my last point again? I forgot. Oh, and home court advantage. Because in closeout games we're 3-0. So if it does go to a game 7, Raptors, I feel like are gonna take it.
I think just to get to what you said.
Yep.
A lot of that stuff makes sense. The the thing with the 3-0 and closeout games, though, they didn't play a defending champion, or they haven't even played a team who has played in a bunch of closeout games. Philly won one series last year. Bucks won one series last year.
Not the same Philly team.
What are you talking about?
They added
Okay, they added Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris, which really didn't...
2 All-Stars.
Tobias Harris was virtually non-existent in that Toronto Raptors series, other than 5 minutes here and there. No, I'm not.
You gotta credit us.
Saying.
Yeah.
And in Milwaukee, they were inexperienced. Everybody was picking the Bucks to win. I was picking the Raptors to win based off experience. Everyone wants to say the Raptors fold in the playoffs. They fold against LeBron James. At least they have that experience. Even if they did fold, they learned how not to fold again. So, what I think, obviously the on-court stuff's huge, right?
Yeah.
I think the deciding factor is going to be the mental toughness and their preparation. Because the Warriors are going to go on runs. Nick Nurse even spoke on it.
Yeah.
They're going to go on a run and be up 10, 15, 20, maybe even 25. Will the Raptors have the mental toughness and have had the preparation to expect this to happen, be comfortable with it, and do the same thing they did against the Bucks? Really not against the Sixers, but the Bucks, and stay the course. Don't just do what everybody loves to do when they're playing Golden State and they get down and try and get it all back with 5 shots shooting 3-pointers.
Yep.
All right? Continue to play your good defense. Get turnovers. Get stops. Get out in transition on offense when you can.
And slow the game down.
No. On offense, you don't need to slow the game down a whole lot. Defense, you gotta. But you gotta be smart with your offense. If you got a fast break opportunity to Siakam, to Kawhi Leonard, you can't just pass it up. But then it becomes keep attacking the hole and just take your threes when they're there. Do not start to force them like the Raptors have done time over time throughout the year, even throughout the playoffs at times.
Yep.
Just stay the course. You did it really well against Milwaukee. So can you play comfortably like that when you're down? And there's a lot more factors, but for me, that's going to be the biggest thing. And then defensive matchups are huge, which I want to get into. You spoke on it a bit, right? Kawhi. With KD being out, Kawhi's got the ability now to be the main defender on Steph Curry. I'm not doing it the whole game because you don't want to tire him out.
Exactly.
But say half the possessions. LeBron did the same thing when they won. He was taking Curry heavily on. But then problem becomes when Kawhi's on Steph those possessions, who do you put Kyle Lowry on? So Thompson, if he's covering Clay, he's going to be able to catch and shoot right over him without very much difficulty at all. But Clay won't be able to turn his back to Kyle because nobody can. Okay, Giannis couldn't even turn his back and post that guy up. He's just too solid to the ground. Center of gravity is very low,
and he invites it.
He wants it. Yeah, he wants to
try
right?
posting me up.
And then what works for Kyle is Klay Thompson doesn't have many dribble moves. Isn't gonna attack off the dribble and create his own shot
player.
Very much, right? So he's catch and shoot. So it comes down to can a thicker, heavier, slower Kyle Lowry keep up with Klay Thompson off the ball to give him no space and prevent that catch and shoot opportunity. If he can, great, because then Danny Green slides on to Andre Iguodala. And I think, even though that length match was a problem, I think Green can do a solid job on Iguodala.
But the thing is, you could even switch that around. You can even have Lowry guard Iguodala a few plays.
But so if Lowry, which I was going to get to, if can't guard Thompson, he's having issues, put him in Iguodala. Iguodala trying to post him up, I think could actually be an issue. Iguodala's so strong. And that length.
He's getting up there in age.
He's even bigger than Klay Thompson. And his wingspan is ginormous. He's not torso. He's built arms.
So is Giannis. And the few plays that we had Lowry guarding Giannis.
Giannis doesn't have as much experience and cannot shoot. Iguodala will step out there and shoot. And if Lowry gives him that second to pull up over him, it'll pose an issue. So are the defensive matchups easier without Kevin Durant there? Yes. Are they easy by any means? Not a chance. There's still lots of issues. And the issue for me is the first game is going to be an experiment for Nick Nurse and the Raptors to see what works on the defensive end. But then all that could be thrown out if KD comes back game 2, 3, or 4. They've only said he's not playing game 1. Status for game 2, 3, 4 is still up there.
I feel like once he's out for game 1, he's going to be out for game 2 too. Because
I don't know, that's 2 days in between. 2 days in between is huge, man. You learned that from Joel Embiid. You didn't believe me? What happened to Joel? 2 days off the first time he had it, came and dropped 35.
But where was he for the rest of the series?
Well, then it went back to 1 day breaks, and he was taking the toll on his knee, and then he got, he had the sickness. So,
too many excuses. If you're on the court, and you're ready to play, you feel good, the doctors cleared you. I don't want to hear it.
I hate that.
I don't want to hear it.
I hate that outlook by you.
Ask
would you rather the guy sit on the bench and give no contribution?
Ask any player.
Would you rather?
If the player is out there to play.
Okay, no shit the player's going to say that. But I'm saying from a constructive standpoint, from the view of outside, would you rather a player who's injured and trying to give it his all, maybe he's not as effective, would you rather him sit on the bench and have zero impact on the game? Would you rather that? If a guy's 80%, would you rather him sit on the bench or play, and he's your top 3 player?
If a guy's not feeling well enough to play, such as Kawhi wasn't when he was in his last year in San Antonio, he did not play at all.
Okay, that was regular season. That's a totally different
But that was the entire
argument.
regular season. That wasn't just like he didn't play that whole year.
But if he had got injured in the playoffs, like he did with Toronto now, he got injured in the playoffs. You didn't see this guy bitching out. He's going to play. Even though he's not 100%, he's going to give it what he takes.
I feel like his whole sickness thing, he overplayed because he, again, was playing like shit.
Most likely. Could that be the case? Sure. I don't think Joel Embiid is that all in there.
Because to me, him flying around, showboating and stuff did not look sick to me. I'm sorry, if you get sick...
that game he wasn't sick. He was sick after that.
When he was sick before that, and then he wasn't sick one game, and then he's sick after that?
Dude, you're confused. He got sick for games 4 and 6. In game 3, he was flying.
But what about games 1 and 2?
1 and 2 was his knee.
Okay, man. Fuck.
I'm laying out the facts
from the book at this guy, please,
I'm laying out the facts. I don't know why you took me so deep into Philly here. All right. Who are you? What defensive lineup are you going with? If you're Nick Nurse.
If I'm Nick Nurse, I'm going to do what he's done already in the Milwaukee series and what he kind of did in Philadelphia. You got to make adjustments. You got to keep giving new looks. You can't have the same guy guarding these players every single time. Because guys like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, they're so crafty that they'll figure out the defender and they'll pick at his weak points.
Yeah. What I'm thinking, if, say, Lowry does have problems guarding Klay.
Yep.
Even Steph. Put Curry on Steph and then... Sorry. Larry on Steph. Yeah. You should have let that go. It would have been hilarious. The comments would have been flooded with chirps. Right? So play Larry on Steph. Yep. Have Kawhi Leonard on Iguodala. That allows Kawhi. And do a partial zone like you did against Giannis. Right? And then it allows, whether it's Marc Gasol, Kawhi Leonard, or what's that guy's name? Pascal Siakam.
Yep.
They can provide that help. But because Iguodala, you can tell in the first quarter whether his shots are dropping or they're not. So if his shots are not falling, you can ease off him and provide that help. Yeah. And then go to a partial zone, which worked against Milwaukee. But you got to be careful. You can't run that exact same zone because the Warriors are just way too quick and too fast, and they will expose you. Exactly. And I'm telling you, the Raptors don't use any off-ball screens. Just a side note here.
Yep.
The Warriors using that every play is going to give fits to this Raptors defense. Because they don't use it, they have no idea what's going on there. You want to give your prediction, or should we get to a couple other factors?
Well, prediction for the whole series, or for just game 1?
Well,
the whole series.
Let's hold off on that.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet is a suspect defender, very small,
very suspect,
and we know his offense has been coming on.
Yeah.
He was a big part of winning games 5 and 6. How playable is he this series? You gonna run him out there like everything's
You gotta run him out there
run him out there 18 minutes?
No. I feel like you gotta run him out there when Curry's off the court. You know? Have bench.
Curry's gonna be playing over 40 minutes. So what?
Because but
VanVleet's gonna play 6 minutes?
The way that Steph Curry plays, he's so quick and he's so like once he starts throwing those threes up and banging them, he could extend the lead like beyond being able to come back from.
Well, so he goes on 4-minute tears where he's unstoppable.
Having VanVleet even on him for a few possessions could be very problematic for Raptors.
Yeah.
So if he is on the court while Curry's on the court, you can't have him on Curry. That's when maybe you can switch with other guys guarding him, giving him a new look.
I think you can play him on Curry because he's quick. He's quicker than Lowry, so it becomes the same thing. If you can somehow force the ball out of Steph's hands when VanVleet's on him, I don't know if that's possible. Then the same thing when Lowry's chasing around Klay Thompson, trying to take all those catch and shoots and those open looks. He's got the speed, and you gotta be ready for when Steph's gonna pull up. But he for me is the toughest guard to guard because even when you think he's about to pull up, he gives you that hesitation.
Yeah.
And you think he's about to pull up, and then he's right by you for an easy layup.
He's so automatic when he pulls up that you can't, like, there's no way that you can't bite on him.
If he gives a hesitation, you're done. You're choking. And then Danny Green. He's going to be the starting lineup. You need him for defensive purposes. I think you can't just pull him out because he's not hitting shots, because we need his defense in this series. What do you think?
That's fact. Literally, that it's somewhat like what Gasol did in the previous series.
Yeah.
If he wasn't showing up offensively, you still gotta have him on the court to guard the opposite player. You know, such as you in the Philly series, you had to have him on to guard Embiid or guard these other guys. Yeah. You can't sit him just because he's not making the shots. Because who's gonna guard? Like, who's gonna step up for him? Van Fleet's gonna come at the 2. That's not really like Klay Thompson can shoot right over him, no problem.
Yeah. I think Danny Green, I think his shots are going to start falling.
Yeah.
I have hope.
It's got to happen
I have an inkling in my heart. The thing is, even when Gasol was breaking, in game 5 and 6, even Fred, I could tell when it was going in. I was like, this ball's going in. Danny Green, a couple times, I'm like, it's money. Clank left. Money. Clank left. Clank left. Clank left. Clank. I will say this. If he starts missing the shots to the left again, this TV might not survive the series.
My issue with him, why I think he won't be hitting, why he might be even playing worse than he was, is because if he has Klay Thompson on him, Klay Thompson one of the best two-way players in the league, and that's gonna be a big issue.
Yes, the Raptors got to take a page out of the Warriors' book, and they got to get more movement going off the ball.
Exactly.
It cannot be Kawhi has it and just stand around and see what he's doing. All right, they do it a lot, especially in the fourth quarter when it looks like Kawhi's taking over. You got to keep moving. And that's one thing that Van Fleet does very well. And why do you think he's hitting those threes? Most of them, he was very wide open in game 5 and 6. Because as soon as Kawhi had the ball, he was running around the whole time. And I actually he was directing Lowry around. He was telling him where to cut and where to go because they're trying to create each other open. And Lowry was the same thing with him. So you got to keep that open to give yourselves a chance to hit those shots. Warriors, do they need a solidified third guy? And do you think Draymond will be that guy?
So, aside from how impressive Curry was in that Portland series, I was insanely impressed by Draymond Green.
He was a beast. Yeah. I got one critique of his, but other than that, he was a beast.
But he finally went back to his old ways, you know? He scored at least 15 points in a game.
Yeah.
And he did everything else. Got the rebounds, got the steals, got the freaking assists, got the ball moving, opened up the
energy.
Yeah.
In that final game 4, Draymond was the best, most important player on that court.
Hands down.
Up and down. So, would they need a third guy? I think they do. Because Raptors got 3 contributors on offense. Yeah. Right? Leonard, Lowry, and Siakam. And Draymond's going to be that. And he's going to give you over 15 points and his energy. And you know he's going to start talking smack. And he's going to start doing some BS.
He's going to start pissing you off, yeah.
So that goes back to the mental toughness of the Raptors and the preparation. You know that's coming. Are you going to get rattled by these guys? If you do, it's going to be a quick 4-0, see you later. If you don't, it could even be a Raptors win.
I'm telling you, they gotta take a page out of Cleveland's book of how they beat them. Yeah. Make it a physical game.
You should be watching that tape every day.
Yeah, make a bunch of scrambles. Larry is second in the league in loose balls recovered. You know, and and he's second also in charges drawn.
Yep.
So this is the kind of play that we need from guys like him, guys like Leonard, all of these guys. Make it a physical game. Slow the pace down if you can. And try holding Golden State to under 100 points because that's shown. They're not too
the pace thing
successful without that.
I don't know if I totally agree with you. I know you want to slow them down because when they get in transition, it's a problem. But Raptors are also a hefty team in transition. But between Siakam and Leonard, when they're running down the court, even Ibaka finishing on the fast breaks, and then even Lowry, that guy gets down and moves quick. When he heads downhill, it opens up a lot of things. But what you can't do for the Raptors, when you're going on a fast break, don't be pulling up stupid threes, Van Vliet and Kalo and Danny Green.
Don't force them, please.
On that three, on that fast break, it's going to be a long rebound. Warriors are going to grab it. You're not going to be set. They're going to head back in transition and put it down your throat. So if you're going on transition, fast break, you got to take it to the hole. You got to take it to that hoop. And that's
look for the foul.
Unless it's a wide open shot and you know you're going to hit it, man, do not. Even just give that fake so they all come towards you and throw it to your guy cutting to the basket.
Again,
there is a way that the Raptors can have some quickness in this series to an effective standpoint.
But all these teams in the West, for some reason, their outlook was always, I can outshoot the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, you can't.
You cannot.
That's how Houston was built.
It's the worst strategy to have.
Side note, Daryl Morey saying, I'm willing to trade every player in all picks.
Good. If it don't work, change it.
Yeah. All right.
It's broke.
Last
Fix
Golden
it.
State point from their perspective before we give our predictions. Boogie comes back. How much for Factor?
Terrible.
Oh,
If Boogie comes back.
Give me some reasoning why you say such atrocious things sometimes.
So, I'm just... Okay, so the only stats I really have, because Boogie only played one full game so far this postseason, and that was game 1 against Clippers. Game 2, he got injured. He only played about 8 minutes, I believe. It was under 10 for sure. And that was 21 minutes that he played in game 1. He was 4 for 12 from the field goal. He was 33%.
One game.
From the field goal. And from 3-point, again, 33%. And committed 6 turnovers.
Okay.
With him being on that court, that takes 12 shots away from both Klay and Steph. And those 12 shots mean a lot if you, again, slow the game down and keep the Warriors under 100. Because, again, if he takes those 12 and he's only hitting 4 of those 12, good for you, Boogie. Keep going. Feel your confidence. Keep thinking that you're an all-star on this team and thinking that you can take over. Please do. Because I don't want Curry or Klay Thompson to do that.
But Boogie's almost better without KD. Because with KD, they're a lot quicker team. Boogie can't keep up. All right? That's point 1. Number 2, since when does one game determine everything? I don't know why you're using that comparison.
But the thing is,
Number
you can't
3,
base it on anything
let me
else.
finish.
You can't base it on anything else.
How about his regular season? When he's averaging 28 minutes in 30 games, put up 16.3 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 3.6 assists, and shot 48% from the field. What about that? The actual sample size you should be going off of. And
season is same as postseason.
He won't be starting. You can bet your money on that.
Okay.
But the role they're going to use him in is off the bench. They've gone so deep against Portland and the end of Houston, rolling 5 guys off the bench. Instead of playing Damian Jones and Kevon Looney so much, who are just energy guys, put Boogie in there, and he's going to do the same job those guys do, give you more of a scoring touch, and can actually spread the floor better.
You know how,
for Steph and Klay,
you know how tough it is to miss the entire postseason. This is a Boogie who's, how many times has been in the postseason?
Once?
Maybe? I don't even think he was.
New Orleans last year.
Okay.
Oh, he was injured.
He was injured. There you go. Never played in the postseason.
Yeah, not in Sacramento.
Misses the entire postseason, comes back for a finals in Toronto, and Toronto has home court advantage.
That's why he's gonna be off the bench.
This is not gonna be the same Boogie that we've been used to seeing in the season.
For sure.
He's gonna tighten up.
I still think there's a place for him to be effective.
He's coming off a big injury, and it's not gonna be.
People are talking about he might throw off the team.
Huh?
I think Golden State is too good to let Boogie Cousin throw them off. Because if he's playing like garbage, Steve Kerr's not an idiot. He's a great coach. He's just gonna say you're not playing.
But my always biggest thing was, if there's anyone that can really fuck up the Golden State Warriors, which is so impossible to do, it's Boogie Cousins.
No, nobody can fuck up the Warriors.
He commits unnecessary fouls. He takes stupid shots.
But do you think Steve Kerr will let that happen? Who do you think Steve Kerr is? Dwayne Casey?
So then there you go. But my whole argument is having him on the court is not good for the Warriors.
But it's not a fact. It's not a fact Boogie will screw up the Warriors.
But it's a fact that Boogie commits stupid fouls, gets himself in constant foul trouble.
So does Kevin Durant and Draymond Green.
Technicals, not as much as fucking.
What did Draymond Green say? He said I was playing like a little bitch and it was disgusting. I had to stop playing that way. You know why? Because he watched my boiled over segment.
Let's hear him say it to Cousins when Cousins is acting like that. You know what Cousins is gonna do? He's gonna argue back and he's gonna act like a drama queen like he always does. And that's just what I've seen.
Dude, he's in the NBA Finals. You think he's still gonna act that way?
Yes, because he's never been there before, so he doesn't know how to act.
But he's surrounded by a lot of guys who have and can help him. Leadership. Do you think Siakam's been here before? No. But Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green have.
No one on the Raptors has been here before besides Kawhi.
Danny Green.
Kyle
Lowry's played in Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, but not the finals. Not against a team.
A lot of guys in the NBA have not played in the finals who have come to the league in the last 10 years. If you're saying the only way to have experience and leadership in the NBA is to be to a finals, then nobody in the NBA besides, unless you played with LeBron James or Steph Curry, has any leadership in the NBA. That is a dumb take. Give your damn opinion on the series because I'm about done with that, what you just said.
Year after year, you see the same
Who do you think is winning the series? Get to the point.
I said, if KD does not play, I got Raptors in 7.
You can't say that because there's a good chance he is going to play.
But there's a good chance he won't because he's missing already game 1. He hasn't played this whole...
If this goes 5 games, he's coming by game 5. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Okay. Great.
Okay, so you think Raps in 7 if KD doesn't play?
Exactly.
If he comes back at any standpoint in this series?
It'll go 6 games at least.
And then what? Who's winning?
Goal again. I've said
Golden State.
You cannot form a team in the NBA to beat that fucking Golden State team.
All right.
And they've shown it because the year that LeBron won, he comes back next year and gets swept because that team is unstoppable.
Okay, got your opinion. Finally got you to stop saying the Raps win no matter what. So I'm happy that at least got you.
I've held the point that if KD doesn't play, we have a chance. If he does play, there's not a single team in the NBA.
Here's what I foresee happening. Get out your notebooks. Go to the wagers tables, online betting. That's how it's gonna play out. They'll split the first 2 games.
Yep.
Golden State's gonna take game 1. Raptors take game 2. Warriors take 3 and 4 in Oracle. Raptors win 5 on home court. Warriors finishing off game 6 in Oracle. Don't care if KD's back or not. That's what's happening.
Okay, so Jay's moving out of Toronto.
Dude, I hate how you say that whenever I give honest opinions. You're so blatantly blinded by your faith. You tell me I don't like the Raptors? They can see half of that number 10 black. Just DeMar DeRozan. I live and die with these guys. I've watched every single postseason game. I've gotten in trouble.
We figured it out. The saltiness from Jay comes because DeRozan was traded, bro.
Dude, I'm so happy Kawhi Leonard's balled out. Got us to the NBA
Finals.
Finals.
Jersey up here.
Yeah, I ain't buying no jersey of Leonard unless he comes back. And I ain't no way I'm going to buy a fake jersey like you. Yeah, buddy.